Just doing a quick sound check, guys. I think we should be all right. All right, how are we going, team? Welcome to today's level 2 Q&As. What do we got? What do we want to cover today? Just start putting it in the chat and we'll get straight into it, guys. Voice is a bit croaky, but other than that, I should be good to go. Hi, Stacy. Were you at the level 3 tutorial yesterday? I can't remember. Ah, okay. Sweet as. Ah, okay. Nah, cool. What do we want to work on today? Because it's pretty much level 2. I've kind of kept it open at the moment. So if you guys want anything particular covered, I can go through it. Otherwise, I can just chill out and play Overcooked. Well, I have to buy it first on the PC, but... Algebra, okay. Which part of algebra? Hey, Drew, welcome back. Is there any particular questions we're looking at, Stacy? Excellent questions. Okay. What did we do? Last week we did a bit of rearranging the subject. That's what we did. Oh, logs. Logs is a good one. Yeah, I think logs is not a bad idea. And logs actually ends up being... and you do end up getting a couple of log questions as excellence anyway. And particularly, I think it's worth knowing... where are we at? Logs. Yeah, let's go logs. Let's do logs. We're going straight into logs excellence questions, right? I'm trying to think. Let's do a couple of quick questions first, so just so that you guys actually know how to use the calculator for logs. And then once we do that, then we can actually do a couple of little not trick questions, but like little helpful questions to make things easy for you guys when it comes to using the calculator as well. So I might just pull up my old notes. So just give me a second. This is from 2021. Did I do any log work? Level 2 maths, discriminant 3. Oh, it's algebra skills. That's discriminants. Yeah. Maybe I didn't do it in 2021. Maybe I did it in 2020. Sorry, been a while. Level 2 algebra skills, tutorials. Ah, here we go. I can go through that. It's not a problem, Jason, but I'm just logs was put in first, so we're gonna do a couple of log questions. That's quadratic. What's this? Make x the subject. Oh yeah, no. Okay, all right. So we're gonna do a couple of log questions to start with, and then after that we're gonna do a excellence question from logs, and then after that we can actually do if there's anything that you guys want for calculus. Yep, we can have a look at that question. 2018 question 1E. I'll just put that up there. Is that for the calculus one? Was that right, Liana? Or is it? Oh yeah, it is calculus. Okay. Okay, got that. Hi Toby, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of easy log questions to get started with, just to kind of like warm up. And then once we warmed up, then what we're going to do is we're going to do like a context log question, so that you guys can kind of understand the type of question they ask. And then after that, we'll do a couple of excellence type questions. And I think that usually takes about an hour, but I might just, somebody needs to remind me at about 8:35, 8:40 that maybe we'll try and do that calculus question. Kinematics and optimization. Oh, mate, like, honestly, I just start doing stuff randomly. Kinematics, did I ever do kinematics? Okay, kinematics. Look up the calculus tutorial from 19th of August 2020. Myung-kyo Park, 19th of August 2020. That's the calculus tutorial that I go through all of kinematics with. Okay, so let's actually get started with algebra today. And so, like I said, easy questions to start off with. We're going to do a couple of starting questions. Something like this: 2 to the power of x is equal to 10. And we're going to do x to the power of 7 is equal to also 10. And then we'll do another question, which is C, which is going to be, I don't know, let's go something like 3 to the power of 2x plus 1 equals 5. So let's actually try and do this one first, guys. So these 3 questions very quickly. Give you guys about, how much time should I give you guys? It's 8:06, so maybe about 8:09. I'll go through these answers. Eric Roller, so how do you differentiate e to the power of x to the power of half? That's going to be chain rule, buddy, so you got to leave everything as is. So it'll be e to the power of x to the power of half times the differentiation of x to the power of half, which will be like half times x to the power of negative half. Sorry, just kind of rolling it out of my head there. Jason, to answer your question about stats or calculus for level 3, because it really depends on what you're doing in terms of your course. Like if you're doing like engineering, I'd probably say you definitely need calculus. Anything maths related, you probably need calculus. Stats is generally quite useful for like commerce degrees, but look, that was like 3 years ago, man. Things might have changed now, so don't just listen to me. Talk to your careers advisor about that. Look, for medicine, I know that there's a lot of controversy. Some people say calculus is good because it helps you prepare for the crazy exams. Stats is like a lot more internals, right? So you can actually kind of walk in and just sit like 4 internals and get 16 credits. Where should I move this guy? Okay, guys, we are going to start going through these questions here. Now, I did put x to the power of 7 equals 10 there as a bit of a little shortcut, little trick that you can use. So we're going to start doing from the beginning. So 2 to the power of x equals to 10. We're going to have to use the log rules, right? Like, if you've forgotten how the log rules work, we're going to take log of both of these sides. So it's going to be log 2x and log 10. And remember that when you take log and the power actually comes to the front is one of the lovely log rules that we end up using. So this is going to look like x log 2 equals log 10. And then we can say that x is equal to log 10 divided by log 2. And every year I talk about this. It doesn't matter whether you use log or ln. Like for example, if you use log 10 divided by log 2, you are going to get 3.32. And if you use ln, which is natural log, ln 10 divided by ln of 2, you're still going to get the same answer. Now, what's important is that you don't actually mix the two up, all right? So you can't actually go log 10 divided by ln of 2. That's not right. So really just keeping the same ones. Now you can, like I said before, you can actually use both, and they both are going to give you the same answer here. So we're going to write down x is equal to 3.32. Now, if for any reason you're like, oh, I'm not really sure about this answer, what you can also do is go into equation and then click on solver, which is F3. So we click on solver and we're going to put this equation down, which is 2 to the power of x, shift decimal point because there's a little equals there, 2 to the power of x equals to 10. We're going to press enter and we're going to click on F6, which is solve. And as you guys can see, this is 3.32 again. Okay, cool. So that's question A. Question B, what we've got is x to the power of 7 equals to 10. Now, this particular type of question, what I'm going to teach you guys is a little trick. It's basically just flipping the power. What do I mean by that? So if you have x to the power of 7, ideally I want x to the power of 1 by itself. So what I'm going to do is I am going to multiply this power here by 1 over 7. So in other words, I'm actually going to raise this to the power of 1 over 7. Now remember, in maths, whatever you do on the right hand side, you got to do on the left hand side as well to keep the balance. So this is going to become 10 to the power of 1 over 7. Now what's happened here is that when we expand the brackets for these two powers, it's going to become x to the power of 7 times 1 over 7 equals 10 to the power of 1 over 7. Or in other words, 7 times 1 over 7 is just 1. And then we're going to get 10 to the power of 1 over 7. So we're going to go into our calculator and we chuck in 10 to the power of 1 over 7. Make sure you guys put 1 over 7 in a fraction. Otherwise, you will get the wrong answer. So there we go. We're going to put down x is equal to 1.3939. Doesn't matter. Right, Stacy, really good question, that one, because if you think about it, what we are trying to do is we're trying to make x as the power x to be having the power of 1. So that's why we multiply by 1 over 7 on the second line. If you see the second line, I've actually multiplied it by 1 over 7. But remember, in maths, like if you do something on one side, you've also got to do it on the other side as well. How do you use the fraction like you just did in the graphics calculator? In the graphics calculator, the fraction button is ABC right here. Now what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to give you guys another example just so we can kind of get the hang of this. So say, for example, I have this question here. X to the power of 2 over 5 is equal to 10. All right, I'm kind of keeping it to the same idea here. Then what I would do is I would multiply by the power that's been flipped. So in other words, this will become x to the power of 2 over 5. But I'm going to multiply it to the power of 5 over 2, which means I've got to do the right hand side with 5 over 2 as well. And when I do that, 5 over 2 times 2 over 5 is 1. So on the left hand side, I'm going to get x to the power of 1 equals 10 to the power of 5 over 2. So then x is equal to 10 to the power of 5 over 2. And I'm going to make sure I put that in the brackets as well. So in this case, I'm going to get 316.228. Is it one of those log rules to do the 1/7 things first? Nah, look, it's not a log rule actually. It's just I mean, you can do it using logs to find it, but it's just like almost like a hell of a lot more steps. And particularly when it comes to solving those excellence questions, you can just use the inverse of these powers and it'll be a lot quicker. Can you not root it to the power of 7? Well, theoretically, Cody, that's what we've done here, because if you think about it, when you don't really call it, it's a 7th root, right? So you could do it that way as well. So you could have actually done 7, where is this button here? That of 10. And notice how that's also 1.38. But remember, that's just writing it as x to the power of 1 over 7. Zed, I don't know if this is algebra or calculus. And I don't think I have access to the 2012 paper. I don't know, I can't remember. Where's the 2012 paper actually there? Oh, I do have 2021 paper. Okay. 2012 question 2E. Question 2E. What is it? Oh, mate. Like, look, we'll come back to the question Z because I'm just answering a bunch of log questions first, and then I've got another excellence question that I need to cover from calculus. And if we have time, I'll go to the question. All right. Right, so the last question, which is question C here, what we're going to do is pretty much follow the same kind of ideologies. So we're actually going to go, this time let's try ln, right? So I'm going to put ln of 3 to the power of 2x plus 1 equals ln of 5. And what I've got to do is I've got to bring the entire power to the front. So this is going to become 2x plus 1 multiplied by ln of 3, and this is all equal to ln of 5. So I can then get rid of the ln of 3 to the other side, where it will become divide by ln of 5 divided by ln of 3, and then just my normal kind of substitute or rearranging. So positive 1 when it comes to this side is becoming -1, and then finally I can write x is equal to ln of 5 over ln of 3, take away 1, and the whole thing divided by 2. Yeah, we'll go through that very quickly, Stacy. So we can kind of work this out real quickly. So what do we got? Ln of 5 divided by ln of 3 equals this, minus 1 equals this, divided by 2 equals this. So we can actually say x is equal to 0.2325. Yeah, so it's amazing how many of you guys asked about natural log. Guys, as I said before, like you can actually use ln or log. You're still going to get the same answer. Like watch this. Let me try and put this all in one line so that you guys can see this, all right? So I've got ln of, let's put it in a bracket. So I'm going to go ln of 5 divided by ln of 3. That's the first bracket, minus 1, close bracket, divided by 2. So there you go. Now if I use log, which is base 10, then I'm still going to get the same answer. Watch this. Log 5 divided by log 3, close bracket, minus 1, close bracket, divided by 2. So exactly the same answer. So, you know, it's just one of them has got a base 10, one has a base E. So you could actually use either one and you'd be pretty much correct there, guys. Liana, the reason I put 5 over 2 is because I wanted to get rid of 2 over 5. I want to change 2 over 5 into 1. And because I wanted to change 2 over 5 into 1, I needed to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 5 over 2. Where the base is not 10. Look, Liana, I think it's more like not Liana, Stacy. It's more like I'm trying to figure out a way how to explain it. It's we can, like, you know, when you think about like the first question when I said it's 2 to the power of x, I kind of said that in that case 2 is what we call the base and x is the power, but the log and natural log is just like a I'm struggling to explain this. It's kind of like a unit that we use, like a how do I put this? Yeah, we just call it base 10, but I don't know how to explain this right now. I can't. It's not making sense in my own head of how to try and explain it. Yeah, so even I think Stacy, I've got a whole bunch of log tutorials in the algebra level 2 skills. That's actually worth watching because I know that I kind of took a bit more time explaining things there, but it's really like, I mean, you don't really worry about it because you just kind of use it as a, like, it's called a base 10, but then you can still have like different bases, but it's all relative. Like that's the, yeah, it's making a terrible job of this at the moment. Next complex numbers tutorial, I don't know, maybe like next week sometime, because I think we're just trying to finish off integration at the moment. Okay guys, so we are going to go to our next lot of questions, which is this one right here. Where is it? I'm sure you guys would have seen these types of questions here, which is the PRT questions, which I do like them, all right? So this is so like majority of your log questions is about, like, you know, when they have something like money, it's like you've put this much amount of money, and then after a certain period of time, how much money do you get? That's what majority of the log questions come under. So we're gonna cover this. And guys, by the way, this question, if it does come, it usually ends up being like a merit or an excellence question. So it's like really useful to kind of know these skills. No, Hugo, it's not hard. Trust me. You give me like 20 minutes, you're gonna walk out of here going, yep, I got that. All right. So what you can do is, this is like your standard formula that's always you can use for these things. All right. And if you look at any kind of past exam papers, they kind of do the same routine, right? They just call it different things, but like sometimes it's like bugs, sometimes it's like, you know, money, but majority of the time it's like, it's something where something is increasing or decreasing. All right. So if you think about it like this, you've got a couple of things you need to remember. So obviously the T here is going to stand for time. Now the time could be in months, years, days, you don't know what it is. That's what it is. All right. The next thing is the R. The R actually stands for rate. All right. And here's the most important part about the rate, because in rate, you've got an increasing rate, or you could actually have a decreasing rate. Now think about GST, right? Like, if you remember like GST, you guys would go, oh, how do you add GST? You just go multiply by 1.15. Well, the reason you're doing 1.15 is because you're adding 15% to it, to the price. And that's what pretty much increasing means. Increasing is 1 plus the rate over 100. All right. And likewise, if you have decreasing, then that would be 1 minus the rate over 100. So this is for increasing, and this is for decreasing. That's really worth remembering. The next part is your A value. Now the A value, the reason we use the letter A is because, think about it, A is like your first letter of the alphabet. But in a maths equation, A is generally meant for the first term, or like the initial amount that you actually have. Your starting value, that's kind of the language that we kind of use for A. And finally, P is, you know, whatever you're trying to actually figure out over a certain period of time or not. Sorry, just having a look through the comments. Nothing. Oh yeah, very quickly. Jaja Blinks. I do update a weekly schedule on Instagram. Had a bit of a traumatic Sunday. That's why I missed the Sundays, but the dog is back, and that's the most important thing. Okay, so let's do a couple of questions for these guys. Now, the first question I'm going to ask you guys is this. So let's say you got $15,000 and you're going to put it in the bank, and this is a bank type of question. We can say that you are going to be getting 2% per year. Let's go 3%. So that's your money that you're going to get back. So my question is, after 7 years, how much money is going to be in your bank? All right. So that is going to be our first question right here. And I'm going to put a second question here just to give you guys like a different context. A different context could be like you buy a car, which is worth $60,000. And of course, cars always are going to be decreasing. Let's say it decreases like its value by 5% every year. And we want to know what's the car's value after 10 years. So these are like a couple of really kind of like simple achieved kind of questions that I would say. Once we do this, we'll start going into the merit questions, and then after that we'll actually look at what an excellence question looks like. Oh yeah, dog is good. Like had a bit of a stressful 2 days. We yeah, I was a complete mess on Sunday. Like honestly, it's not even funny. I think I was about to start writing like a message, like I was actually about to make a little video just to say, look guys, if anybody can help out, like, I've never really asked anyone for help, and I think this is the one time. So I'm like just tears coming, and I'm just like typing away at this, and then like out of nowhere I hear this little, his collar go off, and I thought, man, I'm so exhausted that I'm actually hearing things. I run out to the gate, and I'm like seeing if he's there. My wife's sitting next to me, and we both are like running out the front gate, and both of us are like, I'm sure I heard him. And then we come back into the lounge, and we've got the kitchen door across, and there he is sitting there just waiting for us to open the door. And yeah, man, it was hard. It was really, really hard. That's why I came back, and then I had to change the message. But yeah, it's been a tough couple of days. But he's coming right slowly. He's sleeping. But if a cat comes, I'm hoping a cat comes, then you guys can he'll make a special guest appearance with a big bark. Anyway, that's enough of the story time. You guys are distracting, you know that? Like, super distracting here. I want an answer for these two questions, people. I'll go through it in a minute, eh? So, Jason, you should get, well, the thing is, Jason, for question 1, you should get a bit more than 15,000. If you're not getting more than 15,000, then you're doing something wrong. But for the car, you should be getting less than 60,000. All right, definitely not more than 60,000. Yeah, nah, really? 3%. Is it r to the power of t? Yes, it is r to the power of t, Stacy. Oh, wow, that's a number 2 seems too big, Jason. Remember, it's actually decreasing. It's not increasing, because I'll put that arrow down, going down. Remember, car values always go down. Lily, no, unfortunately, I don't do stats at all. I just have my hands full with just the 6-3 levels, right? Like, the level 3s are fighting over complex differentiation and integration. The level 2s are fighting over algebra and calculus. The level 1s, they're all focused on MCAT, but soon they're going to come crazy. Right. Okay, let's actually kind of do this. Jaja, you're pretty much on the money there. It is going to be that, but I guess I just realized what I made. I think I made like a slight little mistake here, which I should have actually given you guys. Now, I did put a big R, and I will actually show you guys what happens here, right? And I purposely did this. I purposely did this because I wanted you guys to make mistakes here. So don't worry about it. If you're getting huge answers, that is absolutely fine. Because like I said, I purposely left out a key information because I actually wanted you guys to kind of, oh, okay, hang on, that's interesting. I did not know that. Okay, I need to check that out later. Yeah, so I'm actually going to go through this question with you guys, and you guys will actually pick out exactly where you made your mistakes. So if you guys are getting all over answers all over the place, that is absolutely fine. Because like I said, like people learn much more when they actually make mistakes. So notice how I did this. And a key thing is this. I actually put little r that right there. And then here, I've actually put big R. Now there's a reason behind it, all right? Because the little r is this entire thing right here. So that's the whole lot of it. So, and you're like, what the hell? What the hell is this guy on about? All right, let's have a look. If big R is what we call 3% increase, right? Because it's increase, then little r is actually 1 plus r over 100. So that means our little r is going to be 1 plus 3 over 100, which actually equals to 1.03. And I think this is the important part. Okay. Once we get that, next we can just substitute it straight into the equation because we've got P equals ART. Now the A value is going to be 15,000. The R value is going to be 1.03 and T is going to be 7. So in this case, we're actually going to get 15,000 times 1.03 to the power of 7, which actually gives us $18,448. So hopefully you guys can see where you kind of made your mistake, and if you pick it up, then you can actually kind of see where you made your mistake, and you kind of learn from it. Now, when we're doing decreasing, because in this case r is equal to 5%, so little r, because we're decreasing, it's going to be 1 minus r over 100, and we're going to get 1 minus 5 over 100, which equals to 0.95. So a really good kind of way to think about it is that when something is decreasing, it's actually, the number would be less than 1. And if it's increasing, the rate would be greater than 1. No, because, Jason, it's actually decreasing by 5%, right? If it's decreasing by 5%, you would actually multiply it by 95%. So think about it like this, right? If you have $100, right? You got $100, and if something is decreasing by 5%, you should be paying $95 for it. You know, you wouldn't pay $5 for it. You wouldn't go 100 times 0.05. But what you can do is you'd go 100 times 0.95, because that is actually 5% decrease. If I do 25% decrease, I would actually multiply 100 by 75, because 25% of 100 is 25. So that's why I multiply by 0.75. So when something is decreasing by like 6%, you would actually multiply by 0.94. So hopefully that kind of makes sense with the decreasing part. So once that's done, then we can actually go P equals to ART. So A is equal to 60,000. The R is equal to 0.95 and T is equal to 10. Yeah, Cody, I probably should go 2 decimal places. That was just me being lazy at the moment there. So for the second part of the question, I'm going to go 60,000 times 0.95 to the power of 10. And that's going to give me 57,000. No, I did that wrong. Sorry, just realized that. I was like, that does not look right. Forgot to the power of. There we go, that's better. So 35,924.22. So Stacy, imagine it like this, all right? The rate, the big R actually is the rate at which it's decreasing. The little r is like the multiplier. So you know how when we talk about GST, and I think this is a good way to remember. GST, one of the things that you guys learn at level 1 is like, oh, just add GST, you just multiply by 1.15. But really, the rate at which the GST rate though is 15%. Right, so I'm hoping you can kind of see the connection between the 15% there and that right there. It's just that little r is like a multiplier, while the big R, we kind of think of it as a rate. Sukhneet, yeah, you just got to go to the main page, Sukhneet. There's like you would not be sitting here, but there's just so much stuff there in my main page of the channel. All right, just go into there and like there's like exams, tutorials, practice questions, just tons and tons of resources there. All right, guys, how do we go with this? Does that make sense? Can I give you another question so you can kind of have a go at it by yourself, so that you don't need my help, and then we can look at a. Oh no, wait, I got an idea. Yeah, but this time I'm gonna increase the level, right? We're gonna go to a merit, and then we're gonna see if we can try and go to a double, not double, triple excellence. So here is your next question. I'm gonna leave everything up here for you guys. So this is gonna be, I don't know, question 3, I guess. We're up to question 3. All right, so you're gonna buy a new house. This house is worth, can't believe this. So new house, we're gonna call this, what is it worth right now? 1.2 million? Yeah, let's go 1.2 million. God damn. All right, and then let's say house prices increasing at, I don't know, let's put 1.5% per year. Let's go 2% per year, just to make it easier. Okay, so here's your questions. A, house price after 5 years. B, how long before a house is worth 1.5 million? Should we do that one? Yeah, well, let's do that one. Just trying to find the third question. Now we'll do that. We'll do these 2 questions here, and then I'll do one more after that. It's relative, Jar Jar. Like, for example, if you say that T is months, if your rate is increasing per month, then that's okay. Your T, it all depends on the time, right? So they'll actually say T is in years. So we're going to assume for these questions that T is in years. But sometimes they'll be a bit, I don't think I've seen them being that horrible where they give you a rate in a completely different unit and then the time in a completely different unit as well. I haven't seen them do that, so that'd be quite mean. But it's still, it's just good practice to read the question just to see what. Yeah, I don't remember seeing it. Maybe I've seen it once a while back where they had like time being in months and the rate being in years. So like, say for example, they say your rate is per year, but then T is like 60, right? Then you would actually put, like, not T is like, they say after 60 months, how much does it happen? Then because it's 60 months and the rate is in year, you would convert 60 months into 5 years. So that's the kind of conversion you would do. So think about it like this, right? So let's say if they give you something like 3% per year, after 18 months, what is value? Then you would actually go 18 divided by 12 equals to 1.5. Therefore, T is equal to 1.5 in this case. So you're actually converting your time into years. Yeah, so it's not too bad. It's not like a major conversion or anything like that. Yeah, there's always controversy about that final answer, Rehan. So, and that's partially because of the way I write my questions. All right, I'm going to do these questions here, guys. So first things first, we know our big R is equal to 2. Therefore, our little r, and of course, the price is increasing. Because it's increasing, we are going to use plus. So because it's increasing, I'm going to use plus. Yes, You still use P equals ART, Liana. That's like your standard formula that's going to be for every log question. So we've got R is equal to 1 plus 2 over 100. So little r is equal to 1.02, which means question A, for 5 years, we're going to get P is equal to 1.2 million times 1.02 to the power of 5. That's what we're looking at. We got times 1.02 to the power of 5. So there's my first answer, which is 1.324896.96. It's all right, man. It's all right. Look, guys, if you're making mistakes, that is absolutely fine, right? Like, look, that's how we learn, man. Like, you're not gonna get things the first time, and you know, I'm horrible in a way. Like, sometimes I leave out certain bits because I know that you guys will get things wrong, but then that's the only way to get you guys to learn as well. So that's kind of my bad. But anyway, let's do question B, because B, now you might be thinking, what the hell? It's like, what are we trying to figure out here? How long? I'm actually looking for T, right? So for question B, it's going to look like this. 1.5 million equals 1.2 million times 1.02 to the power of T. No, Hugo, B is not hard. I think if you did the earlier question, you would have been quite fine for that. So anyway, let's have a look at this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that 1.2 million. I'm going to write this oh God, so many zeros. Yeah, there we go. Equals 1.0 T. Now I'm actually going to do this real quickly in the calculator, and because I know that this is just going to be the same, it's 1.25. So I've got 1.25 equals 1.0 T. Now Hugo, this is, if you actually got up to here, you're only like 2 steps away from solving this, mate. So real quickly, what we can do is, I mean, you can actually skip this couple of steps, but I am going to do the long method so I can show you guys what happens. I'm going to take logs for both sides. Let's actually take a log. Log of 1.02 T. Then I'm going to bring T to the front because that's what I can do with logs. So I've got log of 1.25 equals T times log of 1.02. Then I can say that T is equal to log 1.25 divided by log 1.02. So log of 1.25 divided by log of 1.02. So that gives me 11.2627 years. So here's the controversy, right? The controversy is that people go, well, you know, you're increasing per year. That means it'll be in the 12th year that you will actually, your house will actually reach 1.5 million. Some people like to put 11.27 years. And like I said, there is a bit of controversy in this. If you go and have a look at the past exam papers, you kind of will get an idea of like the different type of wording they use, but I still get confused by it. So I kind of write both the answers. I go 11.27 and then write a lovely statement that says, hey, in the 12th year, they will actually reach 1.5 million. There you go, Stacy, you got that one. That's nice job. King Gamer, you got it as well. Yeah, exactly right, Jaja. Like that's the way I would kind of explain it. I'd actually, you could, Stacy, because it actually says that the house is increasing per year, and sometimes they use the word it's like at the end of the year. So if it's then the word what they tend to do is like they ask you a question like, oh, at the start of 2020 this house was this much, at the end of 2027 what is its like, or they might say by which year has this house doubled its price or something like that. So when they do that, you kind of have to go read the question and go, well, am I going to put this in years? Am I going to put it at the end of the year? Yeah, definitely a merit king gamer. Like, this is a merit question. Yeah, like, so you would probably say 12 full years, Jason, because at the end of the 12th year, they've definitely made 1.5 million. Or you could actually say between the 11th and 12th year, they would actually make 1.5 million. We're not finished yet, Jaja. We've got one more question to do, and I think if you guys can do that question, you should be all aiming for excellence for this type of questions. But I don't think I'll have time to go through the excellence version of this, but at least I can show you guys how to do the R version of this question. All right, so we're gonna do one more question here and have a look here. Stacy, I would always write a statement, because statements always, you can communicate more than just a decimal number. So I would actually, like, you know, I know I put 11.27 years, but I would probably have written a statement to say it's in the 12th year, or it's between 11 and 12 years, or something along that line. So it all depends on the context of the question, right? So keep that in mind. All right, so let's try this one here. Something like this. So question 4. So when t is equal to 0, p is equal to 15,000. And then when t is equal to 7, p is equal to 25,000. Find the rate of increase. So I'm going to put this question out there for you guys, and I'm just going to leave it there for you. Maybe give you guys a couple of minutes to try and have a play around with it, just to see what you guys actually get. Like, I've given you all the clues that you need to solve this. And you're still using P equals ART. King Gamer, great question, because I know somebody was going to ask this question, but just think about what you just wrote. Your clue for that is already here. Same with you, Jason. Yeah, nice job, King. Jason, read King Gamer's comment. Go back to the question. You're gonna know what he's talking about. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. So 15,000 is A. So remember, A is the initial value. Whenever they say t is equal to 0, t is equal to 0 is like your initial value. Now, this is something that's going to be quite handy for you guys in kinematics as well, in calculus. When they use initial, that means t is equal to 0. So because t is equal to 0 and p is 15,000, therefore we can actually say that A is equal to 15,000. Now think about it like this, right? If you actually put down P equals to ART, think about it like this. T is equal to 0. We don't know what R is. We don't know what A is. So we can say 15,000 AR to the power of 0. Now R to the power of 0 is actually equal to 1. So we're going to get A times 1. Therefore, A is equal to 15,000. No, R is not equal to 0, Jason. It can't be 0, because if its rate is 0, then you're not actually increasing or decreasing. You're stable. Zed, I'm going to apologize in advance. I know I said I'll try and get to that question, but I don't think I'll have time. Maybe like next tutorial, we'll actually start off with that calculus question, all right? we got a couple of different answers. How do I get the logs away? Now, remember that question that we did earlier today with the x to the power of 1 over 7? Yeah, there you go. Nicholas has been listening. Nice job, Nicholas. That's the one. So Hugo, you gotta go right to the start of the stream to that we did this question earlier with the whole flipping the power thing. That will definitely work in this case. All right, I'll do this question, right? So what do we got? We've got A equals to 15,000. So we can actually say, we're going to go back to our original equation, which is ART. So we got 25K equals 15K, R, and T is equal to 7. All right, there's a reason I picked these numbers, especially the 7, because I wanted you guys to see the connection from earlier in that question. So we can actually go 25,000 divided by 15,000 is equal to R to the power of 7. Now, 25 divided by 15, whatever that is, we got 1.67. Yeah, whatever, I'm just going to leave it like that. So remember that I told you guys, you don't need to take logs for this case because you can actually multiply the power by 1 over 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this to the power of 1 over 7 and this number here to the power of 1 over 7. And by doing this, I actually get R to the power of 1. And then this 1.667, I'm going to raise it to the power of 1 over 7. Make sure I put 1 over 7 in a bracket. And there is my answer, which is 1.0757. I guess you can kind of put R is equal to 1.0757. Okay, yeah, now let's leave it like that. That's fine. So if R is 1.0757, remember this, guys, we're only looking at these numbers here. So then we can say big R is going to be 7.57% increase. Oh, what happened here? There we go. So 7.57 increase is what we're going to be getting. So we just moved the decimal point 2 spots across. And His Majesty is out. And His Majesty is going out to chase cats, so we're going to be hearing bark soon. I do apologize, guys. But King Gamer, yeah, you got it right, but yeah, you got it right, King. But you just need to change that to 7.57 increase, right? Because we're actually looking for a rate of increase there. Same with you, Toby. Why did I use 25? Stacy, remember 15,000 is actually the A value because T is equal to 0. When T is 0, that's your initial value. And remember when I said right back to the beginning, A is your initial value that you're starting with. So when T is equal to 0, you got a 15,000. And because it's 50,000, so we've got our A value, then we can actually go and figure out what the T is. But we need a second point. And the second point is when T is equal to 7, P is equal to 25,000. Now you can't use 0 and 15,000 because it's not going to give you R. Like if you look on the right hand side, particularly this green, let's put this in the blue box. So in this blue box, I use T equals to 0 and P equals 15,000 to figure out what the A value is. Then once I get the A value, I go back and substitute T 7 and P 25K. Sorry, I just got distracted by something here on my. Now would be a good time to insert ads. Oh, okay, lovely, thank you. That's all right. I lost my train of thought, but because of this stupid little thing, get out of here. So once we get our A value, Stacy, then we actually go and chuck T and T as 7 and P as 25K to figure out what R value is. All right, we've got time for one more question, and I'm gonna give you guys a rate of decrease, and then after that we're gonna call it, guys. So similar question here. So what am I gonna say? Car. I love my car questions, right? Because it's like, car was bought for $75,000. Car is now, car is worth, let's go, car is worth $50,000 after 3 years. What is rate of decrease? Okay. Where are we at? In a test, you would need to show that A equals... No, Cody, you don't need to show what the blue box in the test, because they've actually given you T equals to 0. You can just kind of put that little therefore A equals to 15,000 at the top somewhere there. You don't need to prove that A equals to 15,000. Zo, I don't know which level you're talking about. I mean, this is a level 2 external that we're working on right now. Liana, I might actually just do that question. Damn, I did say 2018 1E. You're gonna make me do this, aren't you? Liana, you know I've done this paper before, right? Do you still want me to explain it again? I'm sure I've done 2018 paper before. Calculus worked answers for your full playlist. Yes, I have. And I've even... Wow, I've even bookmarked it. Look at this. There we go, Liana. So if you look at this, level 2 2018 exam is there. And I think if you go in there, I've actually got 2E right there as well. I think that's the question you're looking for, Liana. Okay, I'll tell you what, Liana, like just take a screenshot of the working and just kind of like, if you take a screenshot and just tell me which line you got confused at, and just drop an email and then I'll try and help you out later. Kobe, make sure you go to the start of this tutorial and just catch up. It'll get updated very shortly. Oh no, what's he up to? No, he's all right. What's it? You okay? What are you up to? No, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. No, Jack, it is not. I'm gonna come back. Sorry, I missed a couple of questions there. Yeah, Liana, just as I said, just take a screenshot, or like even if you take a screenshot and just write over it and just send it to me, and then we'll try and kind of help you out there. Can you sign my maths book, Infinity? If I come to your school. Edison, which school are you at? Okay, buddy. Westlake boys or Westlake girls? Oh yeah, Westlake boys. Westlake boys. Is I'm just trying to think. Is Thingy there? I always forget which school she goes to. Mrs. O'Graham, is she in Westlake or Western Springs? I always get confused. Anyway, sorry, I was trying to do multiple things. Yes, Edison, I do apologize. Westlake boys. I'm sure she's in Westlake boys, right? Mrs. O'Graham, is she one of your DPs? Yeah, go say hi to her. I haven't seen her in I think the last time I caught up with her was back in last year. All right, let's do this question quickly and then we'll wrap it up, guys. So, car was bought for 75K. So our A value is equal to 75,000. Oh, no worries, Vendetta. You're welcome. So the car is worth 50,000 after 3 years. So T is equal to 3 and P is equal to 50,000. All right, and we're trying to figure out what that rate is. So we're gonna go P equals ART. So P is 50K, A is 75K, and then R to the power of 3. So rearrange this. So we're gonna get 50,000 divided by 75,000 equals R cubed. So what do we got? 50 divided by 75. Is that a 2/3? Notice I'm like, I don't want to punch in all those numbers. I just take like shortcuts. So 2/3 is equal to R to the power of 3. And what I'm going to do is get rid of the 3 by raising it to the power of third. And 2/3 will become to the power of third as well. So R is going to be 1 and 2/3 to the power of a third. Make sure I put that in the brackets, otherwise I will mess up. I actually get R is equal to 0.8736. Yeah, let's go 8736. Now here's the thing, guys. I did ask for the rate at which what it decreases at, right? So if it's decreasing, I just go 1 minus the answer. And that's going to give me 12.64. So that means it is decreasing by 12.64%. Now that's just one little extra step that you got to do with this last question. Okay, but other than that, that's pretty much, we've covered like a lot of ground rules for like log questions. And then, oh, what is it? Why is it 1 minus? Because Stacy, it's decreasing, remember? Because it was bought for 75,000 and then it went down to 50,000, and because it went down, it's decreasing, and because that's why we go 1 minus the rate. All right, I missed a whole lot of comments there. The marvelous, Ormiston greater than Westlake. Eric, that's where I'm at, man. Kobe, you're also at Ormiston. I missed a few comments. I'm just going back. Yes, the marvelous. I'm across the road. Well, Roseville College, anyone? Nah, the marvelous. I teach across the road, mate. Decrease, yeah. Yeah, Cody, just go check out the old tutorials, man. Like, it's super helpful from what I've been heard. Especially if you guys are struggling with algebra, I will give you a playlist. It has been told by some of my old people that's watched it. It is one of the best playlists. Unfortunately, the playlist is kind of hidden in my channel, and I keep reminding myself to make it public, but I just keep forgetting. But let's just see where it is. Mathematic level 2. Where is it? Ah, here we go. The marvelous. I was at OSC for 7 years, man. So tell me who they are. I'll go give them some grief. By the way, guys, this particular playlist that I've just put up, I might just pin it here. It is a playlist that you probably want to watch from session 2 onwards. I recorded it during the pandemic, and it's pretty much some people have said that those 12 videos has made them get like excellence in algebra. So definitely go have a look, and there's some good questions on logs there somewhere as well, and I think it's like session 8 or 9 where it comes under. So have a look there. There's some good revision material as always. Okay, where are we at now? I'd like to publicly apologize. OSC greater than OJC then. Stacy, no, I don't do any tutoring. Unfortunately, I look 1 hour. I can spend what we got 42 people here. I can help out 42 people for 1 hour, or I charge for one person, which doesn't sit right with me. Westlake boys, I am due for a visit, man. I should go come and see Mizogram and a few of you guys to see what you guys are doing. Cody M was the best teacher. Who was that? I want to know. When someone says something wrong, they ask, "Are you from OJC?" Oh dear. Do I do tutoring? Oh, glad to help Spin to win. Mate, Eric, far from it, man. You guys gotta see some of my photos from when I was a kid. Oh God. Hugo, which school are you at? Marlboro Boys. By the way, guys, I know I forgot to mention, like, we are doing a, I think we're doing a 25K subscriber giveaway. So we're gonna, I did get permission from my wife, so we're gonna do like, what do you call it? Maybe a T-shirt and a couple of masks. Vendetta, I actually teach year 8 maths. Like, I teach year 8 maths at school, but most of the other time I just play around in our maker space. Christchurch. Yeah, so keep an eye out, guys. There will be a special stream coming some point. I'm just trying to look at what are we at right now. What's the number at? The number of subscribers. 24,735. Yeah, 25K. We'll have a bit of fun. Tanav, what are you doing here, man? Are you doing level 2? Well, yeah, it hasn't been 2 years since you left, Tanav. Was in the news with you. Ah, nice. Are you doing algebra at level 2, Tanav? Good man. You know that our guys still come and crash the SEK Max still comes and crash these streams every now and then. I should actually let them know that you popped by. They'll be like, next time they'll come for all the level 2 streams. Tana, are you doing calculus and algebra or just algebra? Ah, nice, nice. Yeah, so check out that playlist that I've just pinned on top of the chat there. Like, from video number 2, I think is pretty much all good stuff for level 2 algebra. I think if you guys watch that 12 hours of video, you're pretty much sorted for a merit or excellence. No worries, Stacey, you're welcome. So guys, as I said, keep an eye out for that 25K stream celebration that we're gonna do. I think it might happen this weekend by the looks of it. Better start making some t-shirts. What are we at right now? 7:35. So nope, 7:36. Okay, so at this rate, should be quite interesting to see what's happening. No worries, guys. Look, Liana, as I said to you before, like, if you still have a question about that particular thing, just give me a yell out. Well, oh God, you guys are like merch hungry. It's like t-shirts. I was thinking like in the front it was gonna say something like "I am one of," and then in the back it was gonna have like "I am one of infinity plus one" as a idea that I've had for a very long time. But black t-shirt, that's what was recommended. Black t-shirt with white out, kind of like white logos. DeMarvelous, who is your maths teacher? I have to ask. Kobe, absolutely, man, absolutely. Last one I watched, Attack on Titan. I still haven't finished season 4. I kind of started watching episode 1 and then I got sidetracked. Yeah, me too, man. Because I've been wanting I've been wanting to print that I Am One Off t-shirt for such a long time. Believe it or not, I think I watched the first episode of One Piece back in '99 when it first came out, and then after that I stopped because I just didn't understand anime at that point. Yeah, trust me, I think the first time I watched One Piece, such a long time ago, like seriously, it was like on holiday in India, and like this whole comedy, like, I mean, this comic, at that time we called it cartoons, and we were like, what is this One Piece thing? And so, yeah, I remember watching the first episode, and then I had to travel back to New Zealand, and of course, at that time, we couldn't watch, so I just had to kind of like let it go. Hugo, I did. I was a huge... Which one was it? Like, I mean, I kind of traveled between teams. But at the moment, what was the last team that I was kind of enjoying? I enjoyed the Raptors win a couple of seasons ago. That was good fun. I mean, the Golden State Warriors, they they're entertainment, but maths and stats. I do have an answer for that. Mad for football. It's basically, I think it's because you actually, look, when I try to run my classes in my own class, people don't listen to me. I think it's just because it's a natural thing not to listen to your teacher. But when someone else is kind of explaining, you go, oh yeah, I'm interested in listening to that person. What are we at? 2 minutes. All right, 2 minutes, and then I'm off to sleep. Dog is quite happy sleeping, so good luck, Mad for football. Look, I would actually say if you like, and I guess this goes for all of you guys, like, right? So if you guys have any, like, you set an exam and you're like, oh man, I don't remember this question, just take a mental picture of it and then come and write it down and then send it to me, and then we'll come and work on it. Edison, I've not slept properly for the last 2 days because I think you missed the story on Sunday. Yeah, the dog went walkabouts for about 8 hours, and yeah, I was in a terrible shape. And then had a look at what do you call it? Yesterday night, he was just not well as well. So I haven't slept properly in two days. And today he's finally sleeping. So I'm done. I'm gonna go and sleep. See if I can catch like 8 hours of sleep. That would be amazing. Right, guys, you guys take a good one. Why did you decide to do extracurricular teaching? I might actually answer that question. Now Bella, he's actually back to normal a little bit. I mean, I had to go take him to the vet just to check X-rays on the whole thing. He's gonna be all right. Vendetta, it is my, what do you call it? It's what I give back, man. I give back something to the community. Somebody gets some help, which is good. Why am I out of focus? Whoa, let's try that again. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, so I actually enjoy doing this Vendetta because I can teach without having to worry about marking or internals or externals or anything. Just do what I want when I want. That's pretty incredible, Mad for Football, that you can actually remember that. What would you do if your teacher isn't teaching at all? I'm not sure what that question means, June. "24-hour live stream. Are you mad?" Although it's almost like a challenge I want to take on just for the kicks of it. How crazy would that be to do it like a 12-hour stream of everything to do with Algebra Level 2 in 12-hour stream? Man, that would be just nuts. That'd be crazy. That'd be really crazy. I mean, what's the longest time someone streamed for? For a live stream. Yeah, nah, I'm not hitting it. 270 hours. Hell no. I am not doing 270 hours of maths questions. No. Well, yeah, nah, that'd be crazy, but I'm mad for football. Look, man, I think sometimes people just kind of go, I want to go big real quickly. I like when you do it for the love of it, and if people kind of see you're passionate about it, then hard work, man, hard work. You just got to do hard work, like, and it'd be pretty cool. Oh no, Sunday, talk about telling me off. Look, I always have chats with these guys after we finish. After, like, you know, we did 1 hour of study and we did logs. We did a lot of logs, and then now they're you know, we just have a chat. Yep, I'll go to sleep. Sorry. Yes, I know we have an 8 a.m. meeting. Thank you. It's a bit sucky when you have your mates come and tell you off for that. Good night, people, and I shall catch you guys. What is it? Next level 2 is in next week. We'll do. We'll probably go through those calculus questions, all right? And we'll kind of get that done, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye. Otherwise, I'll get in trouble if I come late to meeting tomorrow. See you guys.